Real life heroes.
Real Life Heroes by James Buckley Jr. And there's a fireman with an axe. What makes a hero? We all love superheroes who have amazing superpowers, but real life heroes, they don't have any superpowers. Their power comes from their courage, concern for others, and willingness to take action. In this book, you'll read about some real-life heroes, some heroes who put their lives on the line. Others fight for a fairer world. Some heroes take the first steps into the unknown. Others find cures for deadly diseases. Real-life heroes don't look for the headlines in the newspaper or glory. They just believe in doing the right thing. Here is a lifeguard practices his skills during a life-saving drill at sea. There are also young heroes. These teenagers are heroes who make the world a better place. This is Yusra Mardani. While fleeing war in Syria, she was an Olympic swimmer who jumped out of a sinking boat and pushed it to safety. She saved 20 people who were on the boat. And this is Ishwar Gehimire, who was helping out at the Children's Center in Nepal when an earthquake struck, and he led 55 children to safety. And this is Stephen Sutton. While he was battling cancer, he decided to raise 10,000 pounds for the Teenage Cancer Trust. By the time he died, he had raised 3 million. And this is Zach Bonner. He raised money for needy children through the Little Red Wagon Foundation, which he founded when he was 8 years old. And this is Angela Zhang. When she was 17, she won an award for her research into cancer treatments. This important research could lead to life-saving cures. On September 11th, terrorists crashed airplanes into the World Trade Center skyscrapers in New York City. The skyscrapers collapsed, and police, firefighters, paramedics, and others rushed to help save the survivors. The terrorists aimed another plane at the United States Capitol building in Washington, D.C. Passengers fought back. Although the plane crashed, it did not hit the Capitol building. Those passengers gave up their lives so thousands of others could survive. Many people became heroes that day. War creates many heroes, not always on the battlefield. During World War II, from 1939 to 1945, the Nazis killed millions of people, including 6 million Jews. Many brave people risked their lives to help those in danger. Oskar Schindler had a factory in Poland, a country that had been invaded by the Nazis. Many of the Jewish workers at the factory, many of the workers were Jewish. Now Schindler and his wife Emily protected them from the Nazis. What a great man. Raoul Wallenberg was a Swedish diplomat working in Hungary, another country divided and invaded by the Nazis. He gave Jews special places to live and issued special passes to give them protection. He saved about 100,000 people with the Schutz Pass. When the Nazis invaded Poland, Irina Sandler was working with children in the Polish city of Warsaw. Secretly, she helped 2,000 Jewish children escape from the Nazis. A British man named Nicholas Winton rescued hundreds of children from the Nazis. He sent the children to safety in Great Britain through a rescue program called Kinder Transport. Without these brave heroes, many more lives would have been lost. Toward the end of World War II, Canadian Joanne Bamford Fletcher was a nurse on the island of Sumatra in Indonesia. She led 2,000 Dutch prisoners and 70 Japanese soldiers through 500 miles of dangerous jungles to safety. Lifesavers worked during peacetime too. Mother Teresa devoted her life to caring for the poorest people in India. She founded the Missionaries of Charity, which carries on their work around the world. Mother Teresa was made a Catholic saint in 2016. That's Mother Teresa helping feed the poor and hungry children in India.
Where?
Yeah, she's giving them bread.
Where?
In the photo.
In that. Oh.
Yeah. Harriet Tubman was a hero who risked her freedom to help others be free. She escaped slavery in the American South by traveling along a route of secret houses where slaves could hide. This secret route from the slave-owning states in the South to the free states in the North was called the Underground Railroad. Harriet Tubman returned south time and again to lead hundreds of slaves to freedom along the Underground Railroad. With each trip, she risked being captured and made a slave again. She did it anyways to help others be free. These international organizers are made of groups of heroes who work together. UNICEF, which you guys gave to for your birthday, helps fund children around the world with food and shelter and healthcare and education. The Coast Guard and lifeboat services rescue people from the seas and the oceans of the world. These are doctors called Doctors Without Borders, who help give medicine wherever it's needed. And this is the International Red Cross. They help people who are victims of natural disaster and war and other international emergencies. There are human rights heroes, people who change the world. They fight to make sure everyone's rights are protected. For more than 200 years, when Great Britain ruled India, many Indians wanted their country to be independent, and Gandhi led the fight for independence. He showed the people how to protest without being violent. And finally, in 1947, India became independent, and Gandhi's example of peaceful protests made him a hero. In the country of Myanmar, also called Burma, they called for a fair government elected by the people. The country's military leaders put Aung San Suu Kyi in house arrest. For more than 25 years, she led peaceful protests, and finally in 2015, the people of Myanmar had a free election and were able to vote for their own government. And this is Martin Luther King. Gandhi inspired Martin Luther King, and he spoke out to help African Americans gain fair and equal rights in the United States. He led marches and gave speeches that inspired millions of people. "I have a dream" speech is world famous. King said that he had a dream that one day people of all colors and backgrounds would be treated equally, and his message of peace and friendship among all people continues to have powerful meaning today. This is during the Freedom March in Washington, D.C., at the Lincoln Memorial in 1963. Nelson Mandela was in 1948, South Africa there was laws called apartheid, which meant white people would run the country while black South Africans and people of mixed race were second-class citizens. People around the world protested, but Nelson Mandela was arrested while leading the fight against apartheid. During his 27 years in prison, he was a heroic symbol of the protest. And after his release, he worked with South African politicians to finally end the apartheid laws. In 1994, Mandela was elected president of his country. Daddy visited his cell in the prison. It's on an island, and the cell is very small. You can reach from it from side to side. And he was there for 27 years. But finally, he was free. In the United States, Cesar Chavez helped farm workers win fair pay and safer working conditions. He organized the farm workers into a labor union so they could work together to make things better. And Rigoberta Menchú works for the rights of Native American Maya people in the country of Guatemala. She also protested against the civil war there. Although her work is sometimes dangerous, Menchu continues to campaign for the rights of the people in Guatemala. In Pakistan, a group of terrorists called the Taliban did not think that girls should go to school, but one brave girl, Malala Yousafzai, studied hard and spoke up for other girls who also wanted to learn. She got a lot of attention for her work. When she was 15, a Taliban gunman shot her. Yousafzai recovered. She continues to help girls have the chance for an education. Malala Yousafzai is a young girl who became an international hero by fighting for her rights and the rights of others. And we're going to save the next chapter about the Declaration of Human Rights for part 2.